We're soaring up high, got no clue. How do I know what I mean to you? Yeah.
Hey happy homemakers, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I have a real treat for y'all. It is an extreme clean and declutter of a small apartment. I actually went to Louisiana to see my sister's new baby and help her get her apartment in order. She actually moved into a small 2-bedroom apartment with her 3 kids right before she had her 4th, and so she really wasn't able to get anything organized. She kind of just pulled lots of things out of storage and it kind of got dumped into her new space. So as you guys can see, there's a lot going on. She hadn't been able to really get a handle on it, and on top of that, she had a new baby. If you guys are moms like me, you definitely understand the struggle of being pregnant, big pregnant, about to pop, and how little energy you have. I can't even imagine having 3 kids on top of that because I only have 2 total. But I can tell you guys, even having 1 toddler and being pregnant was so exhausting. So she had kind of explained to me that she was a little overwhelmed with her apartment and everything she had going on before the baby was born. And then after the baby was born, just having a brand new baby and trying to get all this done was just so overwhelming. So I really wanted to make it to my mission to go and help her out and actually get to meet the new baby while I was at it. The timing ended up working out perfectly as well because several of my nephews were graduating from high school, and so I got to go to their graduations, one of which was in Florida, which was only about 4 hours away from my family. So I helped her with all of this. I left for the weekend to go to Florida to the graduation. I went to Florida and made a beach weekend out of it with a couple of my other sisters, and it ended up really being a really fun 10-11 day trip that me and the girls took. You guys kind of heard about it a little bit in some of my other videos, but this was the biggest reason that I went down to Louisiana, was to help her with this, because like I said, I just kept thinking about her trying to do this all by herself and just thinking how overwhelmed I would be with only 1 or 2 kids, much less having 4, and trying to do all of this. Like I said, all this stuff had just gotten pulled out of storage and dumped in this apartment, so she really had not gotten a chance to get to it. So she and I went through it. That's her here in the video that you'll see throughout, and we worked together. And so obviously we're having to take breaks for the newborn, and sometimes she would go have to feed him and I would just continue to work. So as you can see, we just started by pulling everything out of that first back bedroom, the one that was kind of the biggest storage room, and just started there. We pulled everything out into the living room and we started to just sort everything into piles of like items. So I wanted to basically get everything together so we could see what she needed to get rid of and what she wanted to keep. So we have a ton of these little toy Nerf guns, a ton of stuffed animals, a pile for decorations, a pile for the kids' clothes, a pile for her clothes. We had bags for trash, and then we had areas for paperwork. And we focused on nothing this day but sorting, and we spent an entire 4 hours just sorting, or it might have been 3 hours the first day and 4 the next. I can't remember exactly, but one day was 3 hours and the next day was 4. So the first day, literally just sorting into piles and throwing away trash. The second day, we were actually going through and sorting those piles to see what she wanted to get rid of and what she wanted to keep. So you guys will just see a few hours of one day and a few hours of the next. Obviously, I've condensed this video down quite a bit, but I didn't even record everything. I kind of just got an overview of what we were doing at a certain point, because obviously we're doing a lot of the same stuff. And you guys will see a lot of dirt and looking like particles and stuff that I keep having to sweep up. We found that one of the kids had dumped some kinetic sand in a couple of the buckets, and we realized it when we started dumping them out everywhere, and it was like, whatever, at this point we'll just keep dumping them out and then we'll sweep and clean as we go a little bit and then clean it all up at the very end. So that's what that is. There is kinetic sand on everything, and if anything demonstrates mom life, this definitely does.
Think we lost all, but who will take the fall? Who will win it all? You know the cost, still you go through walls. Keep on acting small. Even if you got something left to lose, even if there is something left for you to prove, I got bad taste of hanging around you. Bad. I'm so sorry about the bitter end. keep it cool. Bending all the rules, bending all the rules. It gets colder, but I hate being cool. I can't be cool to you. Even if you got something left to lose, even if there is something left for you to prove, I got bad taste of hanging around you. Bad. I'm so sorry about the bitter end. I'm so sorry if I misbehave. In the middle we got tangled up, but in the aftermath of us, I don't regret that much. I don't regret that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. In the aftermath of us, ooh, ooh, ooh. Baby, I got no excuses. I got nothing left to say. Didn't want to stand up useless, but in the aftermath of us, I'm so sorry about the bitter end. Bitter end. I'm so sorry.
So I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on my channel before. I may have, but I am actually one of 12 kids. My parents have 8 girls and 4 boys, and I am the 7th from the top, so I'm their 7th child. And Krista is actually the 10th, so we have a brother and a sister in between us. And just to tell you guys a little bit about Krista, she is such a hard worker, you guys. I don't think you will ever find anyone harder working than she is. She was at one point working full-time and going to school full-time while being a single mom to 3. Now she has 4 kids and she's working full-time. So she always inspires me. And Krista, if you're watching this, just know that I love you. I'm rooting for you, and there are better days ahead.
Waste of words, waste of breath, 'cause I've got none to say. Thoughts stay burned inside my chest. Can't take it one more day. No matter how much pain I'm in, no matter how, gotta think, I gotta breathe. Changes to come, 'cause the light's just around the corner. Life must go on. What won't kill me will make me stronger. When I'm falling down on my knees, I will rise and try to believe that changes will come, 'cause the light's just around the corner. There's ways to go, ways to leave. Been thinking about them all, 'cause life's too hard, life's too mean. But I can't just jump and fall. No matter how much pain I'm in, I won't back down. Gotta think, can't give in. Changes will come, 'cause the light's just around that corner. Life must go on. What won't kill me will make me stronger. When I'm falling
encourage you that if you have a big, overwhelming mess like this, and maybe you're embarrassed that you've let it get out of control like this, or you have crazy life circumstances that have just happened where things have gotten out of hand, know that you're not alone. There are many, many other people out there who are dealing with the same thing, whether it be from life changes or sickness, illness, whatever it may be, or maybe you just are feeling down and you're having a hard time getting it together to get started. Just get started on something. If it's possible to have a friend or a family member come over and help you, it can be a lot of fun. Honestly, we really had a lot of fun chatting while we were doing this, and it really made me feel super happy to help. I know sometimes people are embarrassed to ask for help, and I just know if I was in the situation, I would definitely want help, and there's no reason to be embarrassed at all if you have a lot of things that need to get taken care of. Somebody who loves you is going to be happy to come over and help you, and you might end up having a great time. Like I said, we just had so much fun chatting and talking, especially since I've lived away for 6 years. We were able to catch up. In person is always different than over the phone. We talk on the phone almost daily, but it's so different to get to talk on the phone versus in person. In person is so different than being on the phone. So don't feel bad about asking someone to help you or just sharing with someone what you're going through, and they'd probably be more than happy to give you a hand if you're up for the help. If not, if you feel like you need to do it yourself and you just really aren't up to having anyone help you, or you don't have anyone to ask to help you, then I would recommend just getting one bucket every single day and just making it your mission. Like even this little clear bucket I have here, take a bucket that size and say, you know what, if I don't get anything else done today, I'm going to get this one bucket taken care of, and just chip away at it a little bit every day. And before you know it, you'll make a significant difference. Sometimes pulling everything out of the room is not the best way to do it. It can be too overwhelming, especially if you're by yourself. This was the best in our situation because we were working together. But when I work by myself, sometimes this is too much for me. If I have a huge mess like this, what I'll do is I will pull out one basket or one bucket a day, and it really helps a lot. So that's something you can definitely try if you are tackling this by yourself, or if you just feel super overwhelmed with the mess that you have to handle.
Like I was falling through the air. No one let myself to hold my hand. Standing in the shadows of where we have been. Sleeping with your back facing me. I know this isn't us. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body move to every move you make, and I can feel the tension every time we're close. I know whatever happens, I will have you next to me. 'Cause tonight we have it all. 'Cause we're dancing as one. Two places all at once.
So those two buckets with all the kinetic sand, I think those actually, we realized as we're going through them, were like trash from the bottom of her car that had gotten put in like Walmart bags or like Dollar General bags and then put in a bucket. And so most of that ended up being trash. So I guess we could have thrown that directly into the trash can, but we did find a few things in there that were good that had gotten in the mix. So after we got through those first couple of buckets, we didn't really run into any more kinetic sand, luckily. I think it was just because, like I said, a lot of that was from the floorboard of her car, and then somehow the kids dumped kinetic sand. I don't know how they dump kinetic sand in that, but who knows how kids do what they do. So at this point, we just continued to sort, and we moved on to other items and continued just to sort everything all around us, all over the room, and you guys will kind of see the piles as we continue to clean. If you're enjoying all the cleaning motivation, decluttering motivation in this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel out a lot, and let's keep on cleaning.
You and me are moving, make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. You and me are moving, make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing as one.
refreshing. Oh, you miss my touching. Good girl. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how.
Alright, so we have made a lot of progress already. I really probably already mentioned this in the voiceover, but we're just trying to get everything in different piles so that we can go through and sort each category individually, and I think that's really going to help. So I'm actually going to turn the camera off again and let my battery charge while we finish up some rest of this, and then I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. So here is just an overview of some of the trash we got rid of. We had about 5 piles like that for the trash after the first day or two. And then we had a ton of stuff that went to Goodwill as well that I think I'll show you guys later on in this video. But this is what was left in the room after that initial sort through. So I went in the room to go ahead and get the rest of everything out. I had stopped when I got to this stuff because the living room was so full. I was worried we were going to get a little overwhelmed. So I went in to get the last little bit of what was actually in the bedroom out and sweep up in here. And then we continued on with sorting the rest of everything from this bedroom.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different. Still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments. Doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors. They kinda tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with the way we are and the way we lose it. There's something different about us, and the reason why we stay. We fly around like paper planes. They never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are.
So the kids are kind of messing with the blinds in this bedroom, and one of the blinds had gotten broken. So one of the things she wanted to do was actually move the beds so that the beds weren't up against the windows. So we just pulled the beds out and I put them facing each other. That seemed to be the best place for them at the moment. And I, of course, just went ahead and swept everything, kind of put them back. And I took the toy bin that we had out in the main space and put that in the closet so she could kind of maybe keep the toys a little bit more organized when she didn't want them in them, you know, so they could pull things out to play with. So yeah, we're gonna go with this organizational system for a little bit. You guys will see what she ended up doing after I left later on, because she sent me some photos after I went back home, because she had to continue to finish this up after I went back home. So you guys will see those at the end of the video, but here is just one more overview of where we were at the end of the first day.
We fly around like paper planes. They never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are. There's something different about the way we are.
Oh, and just a special shout out to my friend Rebecca and also my mom, my girls Nana, for letting them go and play with them while we did this. So one day they went with my friend and the other day they went with my mom and hung out and just had a great time so that we could get this done uninterrupted.
Taking the chance, stuck in my head, not gonna leave it at that. Taking the lead, feeling your heat, just wanna give you my best. I don't even know your name, but you got me. You're old to die. We don't know what happens next, but you got me. 'Cause I'm next in line. You make it look so easy, making me feel so dreamy. Nothing wanna place for drinks, but you got me. 'Cause you're old to die. Got me locked in now. Go ahead and take a shot. Do you really want me? Maybe you're just playing. The way you're making it move. Yeah, you do it so smooth. Make it all about you. Can have it all if you want. Taking the chance, stuck in my head, not gonna leave it at that. Taking the lead, feeling your heat, just wanna give you my best. Taking the chance, stuck in my head, not gonna leave it at that. Taking the lead, feeling your heat, just wanna give you my best. I don't even know your name, but you got me. 'Cause you're old to die. We don't know what happens next, but you got me.
Can see on day 2 we just continued to sort things, and oh my goodness, it was so hot on this day. That is why we were both in shorts. We were sweating it out while we were taking care of this, but we just continued to sort through stuff, and we had lots and lots of things go to Goodwill. She had like 3 or 4 carloads that ended up going to Goodwill. My dad even came with his truck at one point because she had some old bed frames and stuff to donate to Goodwill. But yeah, we accomplished so much between these 2 days. I did come back on one third day and help her just a little bit, but it was kind of mainly things that she had to go through, and I kind of just kept her company and held the baby and kind of hung out a little bit, so I didn't record on that day. When I left for the weekend, she went through a lot of paperwork. There were a couple of boxes of paperwork that she needs to handle on her own because I obviously wouldn't know what was important and what wasn't. So she did that while I was in Florida. And like I said, at the end, I will show you guys some videos of what she ended up having accomplished later, because obviously we did not finish in the time that I was here, but she continued to kind of just go through things, and she chugged away at it. And over the 2 weeks after I left, she got so much accomplished. Like I said, those photos will be at the end of this video, just kind of showing you guys an overview of how great it looked when she was done. And yeah, so I hope you guys again are enjoying this cleaning motivation. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification bell so you'll be notified every single week when I upload new videos. So just a little check-in. This is the piles we're sorting. These 2 boxes were the last 2 boxes that I had to go through from the back bedrooms. She was actually already got a start on putting things away where they needed to go. So these piles, we were still kind of just needing to go through the clothes, that one bag. This stuff was going to Goodwill. The toys we already went through. Those were the toys she was going to keep. We had already made some bags for Goodwill from the toys. Those 2 bags were going to the trash. And then we are going to clean out the storage area as well. But when I went to open it, I forgot it was locked. So I'm going to show you guys that in a moment. But we cleaned that area out as well while we were at it. So I just moved back into the house, and I was going to go through these last 2 boxes.
Time goes by and yet I wonder, are you and me still the same? Are you still loving the game? I know I don't. You cast your spell and I went under. I know the laughter and the pain will I ever love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. So I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door. Made a promise to myself and I repeat it in my head. Set your mind free, set your mind free. No one knows what I've been through, but this is the end of me and you. Set your mind free. Made a promise to myself, this time I will keep it. Where there's a will, yeah, there's a way. With every smile, with every tear, I know I will make it. I'm gonna see a brighter day. Oh, oh, oh. A brighter day, a brighter day. A brighter day.
All right, so we have everything sorted. This is all paperwork she needs to go through and like books and stuff that's basically gonna go through. This is a pile for Goodwill. This is 2 more trash bags of trash. And this is all various piles she needs to go through. She has like decorations and keepsake stuff there, some other things there. She has a lot of clothes to go through. This is like some clothes, a bucket of shoes. There's some empty buckets. I do need to go through that bag. I forgot about that bag. These are toys that she is keeping. So we already went through all the toys because the kids are going to be coming home tonight and we don't want them to be upset about that. So that, I think that's toys she's keeping as well. Like I said, empty buckets right here. And then all this we need to finish going through. I'm going to show you guys her small storage area. I believe that's all clothes, or like mostly clothes, maybe like 90% clothes. So we'll see. But yeah, after we go through that, then we'll be able to go through the individual piles and we'll be done. Can you open the storage unit? I want to show that. It is, oh, I guess it's a mix of stuff. I thought it was mostly clothes.
Where there's a will, yeah, there's a way. With every smile, with every tear, I know I will make it. I'm gonna see a brighter day, brighter
So here I was just having her sort things into certain piles because I didn't know what things, you know, at a quick glance would fit her kids and all of that. But she was able, obviously, to do that much faster. Being their mom, she knows exactly what sizes they're fitting into. She can even look at an article of clothing and be like, oh yeah, this was too tight last time I put it on. You know, all the things that mom knows that other people wouldn't know. So I was letting her do that. And I was like, here, you know, I knew like which ones were Goodwill and which ones were keep piles. And so I was just going behind her and taking all of the Goodwill piles and, you know, putting them into garbage bags. And then I just went through the shoes while she took a break to go ahead and feed the baby and get him taken care of. And so I was just reading off the sizes of the shoes to her, and we were making piles for which ones were currently still fitting the kids and which ones need to go to Goodwill and all of that good stuff.
Bet you never loved someone. Bet you never loved somebody like I just did. Bet you always hurt the ones. Hurt the ones you say you're so deep in love with. You don't know nothing, 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 nothing. You don't know what it feels like. Baby, I'm hurting, 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 hurting. And you don't even ask why I'm staying up all night. I haven't slept since you came into my life. Why I'm drinking all the time. Why I'm feeling lonely when you're here by my side. I just want something, 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 something from you that feels right. But I know nothing, 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 nothing will do, not this time. You tell me that you care for me, but I don't think it's true. You say I know you got, but baby, all you got is you. You promise me you're everything, but never see it through. I don't think you truly love me.
the footage I got of us decluttering. I'll give you guys those photos now that I was talking to you about, where we kind of see how she ended up having everything. She was able to get that big dresser out of the living area space and moved into the bedroom. So this is just some of the other organizational systems she came up with. This is how the toys ended up looking. So she's still kind of working on getting everything how she likes it. It looks so much better. I'm so excited that she was able to get so much accomplished. Just remember, if you have a really big project that you've just been struggling to get done, it's all right. We all have them at time to time, and you definitely can chip away at it and get it taken care of. I'll have more videos on the screen if you need more cleaning, organization, decluttering, or homemaking motivation. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.